So clarity, clarity is the enemy's worst most feared antidote, because these are challenging times. And so what we're looking for is the mind. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. Now, what would it be like to have the insight, the wisdom, and the knowledge that is given to us, and let that pierce this foggy world? And it's inherently, Jesus didn't react to people; he responded. So oftentimes in my life, when I react, I make stupid decisions and I say stupid things, looking for a response. And he's a model for that. So it's actually a discipline. Okay, this is a spiritual discipline to develop. And in order to navigate these foggy times, developing this discipline is a massive skill set, to be able to do. And that's what today's about, actually. So God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. And ultimately, we're asked to carry that peace. In today's world, emotion equals emotional fog. That's today. Today is just filled with emotional fog. There's media, there's virtue signaling, there's religious guilt. You know, our God, there's the difference between religion and relationship, and this is about relationship. Clarity is love aligned with truth and design. Be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, he asks us. So in Christ, we think strategically. Point one, he never accepted the frame, ever. He simply reframed it. The tax trap, render unto Caesar. Remember that when they tried to entrap him? Render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's. So he was trying to get political allegiance. Reframed to spiritual. So the frame was political allegiance. His response was reframed to spiritual jurisdiction. Remember the woman caught in adultery, and his response is he who is without sin. They tried to frame it as a moral trap against mercy. His response was reframed to personal accountability. So, question on authority. By what authority are you doing these things? That was when they asked him. Their frame was religious legitimacy. Their response was counter questions exposing hypocrisy and evasion. His response: don't react to pressure, respond to purpose. How would that be? So I challenge us today to respond with purpose. I challenge us today to think clearly. I challenge us today to look through the fog, because truth doesn't force, it frees. Clarity requires a battlefield scan. Jesus before Pilate, my kingdom is not of this world. Very clear. Pharisees asking for a sign, he replied with Jonah, not proof. Know what kind of battle it is. That's the first thing, is to always know what kind of battle what kind of battle are we in. Is it an emotional battle? So when someone's arguing with you, are we dealing with emotions? Are we dealing with tribal? Are we dealing with spiritual? Are we dealing with control? What is the battle? What's the battlefield? First inclination when someone is engaging. Don't fight the fog with force, fight it with light. Then we look at strategic silence. Jesus was silent before Herod. Jesus wrote in the dirt before answering accusers. Prime examples of how to handle the foggy world. Silence can be a divine tool of timing, and not every question that someone asks us deserves actually an answer. I used to be inclined that when someone asks me a question, I have to answer it. When in fact, that's actually not necessarily the case. The wisdom from above is peaceful, peaceable, and gentle. So for all of us here, don't react, scan. Don't flinch, ground in principles. Don't escalate, speak from peace. Be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. So ask God this week, where am I reacting instead of responding? There's so many areas I react when I could be responding. What fog do I need clarity for? Who can I help through clarity? And so thanks for listening on this. As we move through this, we will learn more and more tools about this.